Hello everyone, it's your girl again Adroyaba, and this is your best corner. So today what are we preparing? Yes, a simple but delicious gizzard stew recipe. So these are my ingredients. We have tomatoes, 1 lemon, this is my curry, black pepper, nutmeg, 1 seasoning cube, bay leaf, this is spice blend, herb spice blend. We have tin tomatoes here, or tomato paste. We have our salt, these are oil. I have some garlic, ginger, rosemary, kitty. This is my chicken seasoning there. So this is the gizzard. We have some peppers, and then we have some spring onions, green pepper, and some carrots. So let's get started. So we'll start by working on our gizzard. Yes, you can see the yellow skin of the gizzard. We're going to pour hot water on it and then leave it for a while so that it will enable it for easily peeling. So let's pour our water on it. After that, we are going to cut our lemon into 2 and squeeze it on it. Squeeze it on the juice on the meat. Let's give it a little stir and we'll leave it for about 10 minutes. Yeah. So whilst the gizzard is being left for about 10 minutes, let's start working on the ingredients we are going to use to steam the gizzard. So we'll take this amount of ginger and then 3 cloves of garlic. We'll chop it into pieces. So now we are going to put them in our blender. We'll add the chicken seasoning to it, then kitty, and then the rosemary, or the Aniseed, yes, and rosemary to it. We are going to take we'll pour an amount of water to it, and then we go and blend. So we are going to blend. So whilst we are blending our vegetables, let's start working on the gizzard. See how easy it is to peel? Yes. So we are going to peel all this yellow thing off the skin, and then we'll continue with the preparation of our gizzard. So I have some water here. I'm going to put it in it and wash it for the second time. Then I put it on fire. We'll pour the blended onion, garlic, ginger, aniseed, cloves, and our chicken spice on it, and then we'll put it on fire. So let's pour it into it. We'll add an amount of salt to it at this point. Give it a stir. So this is going to steam on the fire for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, the salt content in it is okay. So whilst it's on fire, let's work on our ingredients, the one we are going to use for the stew. So first of all, I'll take my onions, cut it into smaller pieces for blending. We'll add our peppers to it. We'll add our ginger and garlic too to it at this point. So let me cut my ginger into smaller pieces as well as my garlic. After that, we'll add the spring onions. I'm going to cut the green side and add it to it for blend. We'll leave the white side for our stew. So this is what we are going to put in our stew. So I'll put this one aside. So this is what we are going to add to our vegetables here. We are also going to cut our green pepper into smaller pieces and put the seeds into this. Remember, all my vegetables have been washed already. We'll do that for the other two, and then we'll blend everything here. Now that we are done, this is our blender. We are pouring everything in here to the blender to go and blend. Let me pour some water here to rinse the bowl and then pour it into my blender. I'll add some more water. Now let's work on our tomatoes. So we'll cut it into small pieces and also blend the tomatoes separately. So let's pour our blended ingredients here. Wow, this looks good already. So we'll put the tomatoes back into the blender and blend. With this one, I'm not going to add any water to it because my tomatoes is already juicy. So I'm done blending my tomatoes. Let's check on our gizzard. So I'm done blending my tomatoes. Let's check on our gizzard. So this is how our gizzard is looking already. We'll allow it to simmer for extra 10 minutes and then it will be done. So guys, I lost the clip for where I cut the carrots, but this is how I want it to be. Yes, I also lost the clip for this one. I'm so sorry about that, but this is, I cut it into thin slices like this. Yes, so we'll also put that one here. So let's work on our green pepper. I want it a little big in my stew, so I'll cut it into two. So this is how I want it, and this is what I'm going for. So now, after doing that, we are going to work on this onion. This is what we are going to use to start the stew. So this is it. So guys, now let's check on our gizzard. So in a pot, I'm going to pour in some oil. This is sunflower oil. We'll leave it to heat up, then we'll fry our gizzard. So at this point, our oil is hot, and so let's put in our gizzard. We are going to fry this gizzard for about 5 minutes. Okay, so we'll leave it about 2 minutes and then we take it from it. We don't want it to be very dry, no. So it's about 2 minutes now and we are taking the gizzard from the oil. So at this point, I'll put my onions in my oil. We'll allow the onion to sweat a little in the oil. Then we add in our tin tomatoes or our tomato paste. So after 2 minutes, I'm going to add my tomato paste to it. So we'll give it a quick stir. We'll leave it to fry for about 5 minutes. Then we move on with the next one. Yes, so the reason why we fry the tomato paste before we put the other ingredients is to take away the sweetness that comes with it. Yes, So at this point, it has been frying for about 5 minutes. We are going to pour all the pepper mix. That's what we are going to pour into it. We'll leave this to also fry for about 5 to 10 minutes before we come and add our tomato to it. So give it a stir. So it's about 8 minutes now. I'm going to add my blended tomato to it. And I'll add some of my stock to it. Yeah, about 3 spoons to it. At this point, I'm going to cover our stew and leave it to cook. So this has been boiling for about 20 minutes. At this point, I'm going to add my spices to it. And so I have 2 bay leaf here. I have some mixed herb spice, nutmeg. This is black pepper, and then I have some curry here. So pour them into it. I'll leave it for a few minutes, and then I'll add my vegetables to it. Wow. So we are going to add our vegetables at this point. And we'll give it a stir. My stew is already looking thick and beautiful. So I'll leave it on the fire for an extra 5 minutes. But for now, I'm going to taste for my salt. I think I'll need some little salt, and then I'm okay. About this amount is okay for my stew. So I'll leave it for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back to it. So at this point, our stew is done. I'm going to put in my spring onions and turn off the fire. So my stew is done. Yes. I can't wait to have this with my white rice. You can also have it with some yam, some plantains, you know, some cocoyam, and you are good to go. So this is my stew. Let me serve you to see how my stew turned out to be. So guys, let me serve the stew. Ooh. So tell me, how do you see my favorite gizzard stew? Is this not looking delicious? Yes. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below on my channel what you think about my delicious gizzard stew recipe. I love you, and we'll meet again in my next video. Bye bye.